The balcony. So how about you just tell me, you know, what's going on water, celebrate 250 pins over there.
Well, today where you are on
Yes, you can have.
So it was an effort in 1962 to communicate with the community of Charlottesville 50 years from then.
Thank you for getting us all.
This gentleman right here is the former mayor's son.
Thank you.
We'll carry him. Where? Not from that picture.
Thank you.
From Preston.
It's true. Oh, stop. Thank you very much. This would be great. Glad I found it because I was watching the video and I was like, that's the only girl that I saw. Yeah. Actually.
Had a week of just luncheons and the parade and many, many other activities.
So Queen of Charlottesville.
Yes.
We're standing next to royalty.
Well, thank you. Yes. That's the charm.
I know people that's familiar. That's why I know Alvin States.
She's the woman in yellow. Right here? Yeah. She's the lady in
It's about 18 inches square, solid steel. As I understand, they pour about 2 years. Well, for me, it's a special day. See what's in there.
Not in the house.
I'm excited over here. Everybody I've talked to knows about it.
Huge vote of thanks, don't we? Well, we all sort of remembered it was here, but it was like,
You will in a moment. I'm Kent Williams.
Where you look so familiar. You really don't. I'll figure it out. But it's so good to see you. Just get one of those. Did you really? No, I never got one of those. No, I actually was on calling before I married the first time. I'll go back there and hold the door. From either. Everybody thinks we are, but we're not. No, Al, you do basketball.
Well, I was the master of ceremonies for the event that took place. I was master of ceremonies for the event 50 years ago. And I'm now 50 years older than I was then. 86, in other words, this year. And with me, Stephen Meeks. He is the head of the Albemarle Historical Association, which is one of the reasons he's here.
Talk louder.
Is Preston Coiner. Preston Coiner is organizing this thing, and I know he's been doing a lot of organizing because he's been in touch with me quite often, quite frequently, and he's been doing a superb job. I'd like to introduce you to the crowd, and then you say what you'd like to say.
Thank you, Charlie. 50 years ago, Charlottesville celebrated its bicentennial celebration, and as part of the activities of that year, a time capsule was placed in the ground. And as you can see behind us, there are some photographs of that event. So there was documentation as to where that time capsule was placed. Unfortunately, nobody put an X on the spot where it was put in. So for the past year, you've been hearing in the media the search for the time capsule, that it was lost and such. But it really wasn't lost. We knew it was here. We just didn't know exactly where on the slab it was at. We decided to unearth it now because to coincide with the Celebrate 250's inaugural Virginia Festival of History. Celebrate 250 is putting in a week-long event of lectures, activities, events like this to celebrate and showcase Charlottesville's 250 years of existence. Now, underneath of this metal plate lies a time capsule. But to get to it took the efforts of some very willing city employees who will be introduced in a few minutes. One thing we learned is that there were 12 inches of concrete on top of the time capsule. The reason being there were 2 levels of sidewalk. So indeed there might have been a mark indicating where the time capsule was under the lower level of the sidewalk, but we did not see that. So when they poured the second layer, it probably was covered at that point in time. So the plan is I'll let Preston introduce some of our very, very distinguished guests, many of whom were here in 1962, and then we will extract the time capsule and carry it across the street in front of the old Albemarle County Jail, where we will proceed to open it and display its contents. So with that, Preston?
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Charles, for the kind remarks. Stephen mentioned that the city was involved with the removal. There are 2 folks with the City Public Works Department that arranged for things. It was Lance Stewart and Dale Miller. But I want to give some special thanks to Richard Hunt and Steve Smith, who spent 5.5 to 6 hours with a jackhammer, a concrete saw, crowbars, shovels, and at least 3 supervisors eating donuts and were telling them how to do it. And Stephen and I were the supervisors. In 1962, there were 6 individuals named by the mayor to see that the city of Charlottesville became aware of the 200th anniversary celebration. We have, I believe, 3 or 4 of them with us today, and I'd like to introduce them. It's Will Scribner. Yeah, Will is right here. Will's father was the mayor then, and his photograph is right here with the shovel. Will, we really appreciate you being here. And Robin Lee. Robin's dad was a city council at the time, and I believe the contractor for this building.
Yes.
Jamie Gibson was to be here, but I haven't seen him. Linda Bowen, who was the city manager's daughter, she was to be here. Then Scott Bazary was one of those named. Scott was the 2-year-old son of John Bazary, and John brought the capsule to its final resting place. He has some health issues and he won't be here today. We've not really organized how we're going to remove this, but we do know that a number of you people got to move. So if you all step on back this way. Back this way.
No, it's where my
Wait. Come here.
There it is. As recorded, there's an 18-inch square steel box painted green, so we know we have the right time capsule. It happened to be made by a local machine shop that's no longer in business, but we thank them for that. Everyone who wants to get a good look at it, do so now. The photo ops. Yeah, much applause now. We will now take it over in front of the county jail and conduct the rest of the ceremonies there.
David, get it up, set that camera up over in front of the kiosk.
By knowing you? I probably do.
Thumbs up? Thumbs up?
Ever so popular terrorist too.
Testing 1, 2, is that better?
Louder.
Even louder? How's that? Thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up in the back row? All right, thank you.
While we're waiting for the opening of the time capsule, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about time capsules.
Closer to your
If you have read the papers recently in the last couple of weeks, in Richmond, Virginia, where I lived for about 6 years during my 86 years, just after World War II and before. And in Richmond, Virginia, they found a time capsule about 2 weeks ago that had been buried 100 years ago. And they'd forgotten about it. Somebody remembered it, and so they dug it up. It was in the cornerstone of the battlefield, Battle Abbey.
Thanks again, Charlotte. At this point, we're going to ask Will, Robin, Barbara to come up, and each one of them are going to take a shot at getting one of the bolts. There are actually 8 lag screws on the top of this that need to be removed to open it up. And Preston has all the tools necessary in case you run the difficulties.
Go to it. Pick one, buddy.
Pick the hard one. And a smaller size. Sorry.
Once the time capsule is open, I'm going to ask that Carrie Matthews step forward. Carrie is the Historical Society's archivist, and she will be helping to remove the contents. Following the ceremony today, whatever we find in here will be put on display at the Historical Society in the old McIntyre building, which was Charlottesville's first public library.
Number 1 is 8. Will, you want us number 2?
Probably.
Thank you, Lord, for allowing them to come over.
Hey, watch out.
They use WD-40.
Barbara?
I need help.
All right.
Preston, don't leave me.
Let's give a hard one.
Oh, no, you don't pay a hard one.
Let's try this one.
Okay, and I need you. You're going to be here, right? All right, Preston, come on. Ah! I did it. Well, I half did it.
I don't know how you can swivel all the tips on the damn board.
Well, you want to finish it? I'm taking too long. You guys are sitting in the hot sun.
Charles, would you like to take one?
On the side?
Yeah. We saved the hardest roll last.
That's what I wondered if they opened it before. Yeah, I bet they did. After being under the ground for 50 years.
Oh, Aladdin's lamp.
Nothing in there.
Open sesame.
Tilt it. Nothing in it.
No news is good news. We have a special edition of the Daily Progress.
Hold it up, Preston.
Dated April 13, 1962. Also, the capsule was watertight. This is soft and wet. So, in the event it's not suitable for display at the Historical Society, there are a couple copies in the archives, and we'll put one out hold it. I can't talk and hold the thing up at the same time.
Anything else?
Oh, a tape.
Does anyone have a reel-to-reel tape player? The records indicate that this is a speech of the then governor that was done at one of the presentations at the Lane High School field of the play Let Freedom Ring. And the communications department of the city has agreed to see if we can get it onto something that we can listen to it.
This was a commemorative plate that was done for the 1962 celebration. It has the seal on it and Jefferson in the center. Turn it around. As you can see, the contents have not survived very well. Tremendous amount of dampness has infiltrated the capsule, so I don't know what else we can pull out here.
But those of you who were around in 1962, how many of you have these plates still? All right, Steve and I have several, and we do use them. I have to hide it from Julie because she sometimes breaks dishes.
I wondered if they opened it. Yeah, I bet they did. That's what I